First for the Jazz. And for Los Angeles. And manning the middle, a champion in his lone season at Kentucky. In the 2012 #1 pick overall, shot blocker extraordinaire Anthony Davis. And it's LeBron James, and it's Prince in at the 4.
Everybody knows how brutal the Western Conference can be, and part of the reason the Lakers were able to make it to the playoffs is because they were above 500 in the West, which is pretty impressive.
Tip-off goes to the Lakers. Russell kicks to LeBron. Dishes to Davis. Back to LeBron. Outside Russell. Prince. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Count the bucket. Well, going back to the Lakers in the West, they would end with a 28-24 record, Steve, against the rest of the conference. That record falling right in line where they finished in relation to the rest of the West.
Well, and that record was really the big reason that they were able to catch up to Utah and end up passing them for the last playoff spot. And, you know, Laker fans might not be happy with how quickly they exited the postseason, getting swept by the Spurs, but, you know, they did make a good push at the end of the season just to get in.
And so the Los Angeles Lakers get the first points of the ballgame. Here's Clarkson. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Russell with it. Reddish, three-pointer, and again it's the Lakers from deep.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but you know the defense still needs to keep an eye on him.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, Kevin, the head coach for the Jazz gave him just a couple of moments to catch up with him. He said that one player he's really wary of is Anthony Davis, adding he can impact the game in so many ways. Defense, shot blocking, rebounding, and scoring. He's still adding muscle, and we've got to capitalize on that strength advantage at both ends. Kevin, that's the MO for any young player. We'll see how he stands up to it.
Thanks, Doris.
Much has been made about the show LeBron puts out during games, but he also puts on a spectacle in his pregame routine. Last season, he and others started pulling out all the stops and dunking in the pregame warm-up in an effort to break a sweat.
Now, they're not showing too much respect for him defensively, are they?
Reddish, no one near him. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. He's got 8.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
And Clark, you mentioned the pregame dunks for LeBron, a devastating finisher. Some have asked why he's never competed in the All-Star Slam Dunk competition. In fact, I say that every Saturday night I'm sitting on that microphone. Why isn't LeBron in this competition?
Wouldn't it be nice? In fact, I think, didn't Magic Johnson even put up a $1 million incentive for him to compete? Yeah, it would be incredible to see him. I don't know. I think it's become almost a chore for players these days to enter, but it would be fantastic to see him out there.
You know, you look at the flex offense that Utah utilizes, and it requires that players, one, be versatile and multi-skilled, but also that they have good basketball IQs. You need to be able to screen and read defenses effectively, and that's not easy, but it's certainly a good way to play if you've got the right people.
Jazz have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start off the game. Here's Sexton. Again, the Jazz score.
They're off and running. Good start here. They've knocked down 4 of their first 5.
Los Angeles has gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. And Clark, back to that flex offense you were talking about. Some players come into the league with the bad habit of standing around when they don't have the ball. Steve, that's not going to cut it in the flex.
No, it keeps you moving. It keeps the ball going. A lot of screening and cutting. It's a great offense, and it's difficult to cover. But I like what you said. It teaches the young players how to play as well. Boy, the floor really opened up for him there.
It sure did. I mean, that was a very late reaction from the defense there.
1:57 left in the first quarter. And Russell gets it to go.
Easy little jump shot for him right there, guys.
Here's Sexton. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Up the floor. Russell passes to LeBron. With the second effort, and he sinks the layup. Russell's got his second basket of the game.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Jazz. Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. First quarter play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Another miss by Utah.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Well, coaches love him because of the hustle he's continually showing out on the floor. And I think where you really see it most is on the offensive board.
And he is also a tireless worker under the glass, Steve. More than a few guys have been on the receiving end of one of his elbows when the rebound is up for grabs. He uses his body very well.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
Well, let's start with the positive in the Lakers postseason. They did make it. That's all that can be said. Is the dramatic passing of Utah and the Rockets down the stretch to take the 7th seed was really the lone highlight of what would be a quick exit from the playoffs for him.
Here is Russell after the made shot from Dunn. Russell passes to Reaves. There's the dish to Hayes. A three-pointers right on target. Hayes has got himself on the board with 3 there. A chance at a 2 for 1 if they want it.
Yeah, no question. If I'm them, I'm definitely going 2 for 1.
Going back to the Lakers, swept in 4 straight by the Spurs, and none of the games really that close. Spurs, Steve, just dominated them in every sense of the word. Injuries didn't help either.
No, they didn't help, but you know, the Spurs just outplayed whoever was on the floor for LA. And I think a lot of people thought that the Spurs would be a good first-round matchup for the Lakers, but that notion was quickly squashed. San Antonio just totally dominated.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
Agreed, Clark. They poured in 3 of the last 5 baskets on pretty open looks behind the arc.
Pass to Hendricks. With 1 on the clock, and released it in time, but it's off the mark. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Lakers?
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And the other thing we're seeing is great ball movement. We're seeing a lot of good offensive execution, ball movement, player movement, setting up assists.
Well, really a promising young roster for the Utah Jazz team, guys. A lot of blue-chip talent there. I think in a couple of years, this team has a chance to be one of the best in the West.
And you got to give this Utah front office a lot of credit. You're right, Clark. They've only missed the playoffs 5 times in the last 30 seasons. Steve, that is a remarkable run.
What I like about Utah, too, Kevin, is that they seem to stay ahead of the curve. They make moves while they still have leverage. Dealing Carlos Boozer, Kirilenko, Darren Williams. So they've done a good job of getting value, getting assets, and continuing to look ahead.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Hi, gentlemen. Well, Josh Smith with over 4 assists per game last season, good for first among power forwards. Smith said, quote, "I like passing the basketball. People want to get rewarded." Guys, Smith is such a versatile big man. No surprise to see him richly rewarded with his new contract this season.
And Doris, with his great passing, he can punish teams who might double team. Good stuff, thank you. 6 on the shot clock. Tries again. Rebound, Utah. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Passes it to Tucker. The Jazz working the ball around now. The pass to Hendricks. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
Boy, they're fortunate. The defense was taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
Reaves the pass to Russell. Lets it go from deep. The shot no good. The Jazz go the other way with it.
You know, typically, guys, he has the body control to finish when he's in that tight. I'm not sure what happened there.
Hendricks passes to George. Pass to Hendricks. He dishes it to Tucker. And he hits it to tie the game up. Tucker's got 5 points in the quarter. LA's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3 ball here. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Kicks it to LeBron. Quarter two and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Here's Davis, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
While never a lock for the playoffs, the Jazz were in the driver's seat for a playoff spot up until the All-Star break last season. However, after the second half kicked up again, they just couldn't beat the teams they needed to and lost a lot of ground, letting the Lakers back in the hunt.
And so he makes both from the line. Of course, the Lakers would eventually pass them up during the final days to snag a playoff spot. But, Steve, as you said, it was just a poor run of games for the Jazz right after the All-Star break that did them in.
Well, it would have been nice for this young core to gain some valuable playoff experience, but they did pick up a couple of first-round draft picks. They continue to add talent to this deep roster, and I would think it's just a matter of time before they're back in the playoffs again.
So they take the lead. 8 points for him. Well, Clark, we've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, it's been a bit of a windshield wiper game. I mean, back and forth, the lead has gone 5 times, so no one in clear control yet.
I think both teams feel like they can win. They both have confidence. So we'll see which team can kind of ride the momentum and take control of this game.
Well, you know, you look at LeBron James, maybe more than any other player in NBA history, he's great in a way that transcends position. Size, skill, savvy, know-how. I mean, he's got it all.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that'll be Utah as it goes out of bounds. Jazz retain possession. And the Jazz call time here.
You know, he wants to tinker a little bit, and he's taking the time to do so right here.
Yeah, I think you're right. He just didn't like some of the things he saw out there, a bit uncomfortable, and wanted to talk it over.
Two on the clock. Sexton. They get it again. Number 24. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. From the arc. And the shot is good. And now a 4-point Laker lead. Now we can talk about LeBron's ability to really play any position on the floor. When you look back, has Steve there ever been a player you could say that about?
I'm not sure if you could say that about both ends of the floor. I mean, there's a lot of great defensive players who could guard everybody. Scottie Pippen or Dennis Rodman. Offensively, Magic Johnson could play any position he wanted, but to be able to do so at both ends is what separates LeBron James. Oh, the rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
I thought it might be a little imprudent to try to get those points right back, but it worked.
And the Lakers have possession. Passes to Reaves. He feeds it to LeBron. Here's Prince. And the 3 off target. Utah has gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Sexton defended by Reaves. Anthony Davis with the rebound.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
And there's the pass to Reaves. 18 feet out. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. Second quarter ends in a tight one. Lakers lead by 1. Well, folks, stay tuned for the halftime show with Dane and Bruce for all the highlights from our first half.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Happy Tuesday to all of you from us at 2K Sports. I'm Damon Bruce. The Lakers in a hard-fought game against the Utah Jazz. This team's known for their offensive rebounding capability, and they're maxing it out in this one. But the Jazz getting after it as well. They're an up-tempo team, and the ponies are running. The advantage in fast break points is obvious. No surprise here. That'll be all for us here at the studios as we head back to the start of the third quarter with Kevin, Steve, Clark, and Doris. Thanks so much for joining me.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third.
In many ways, the Lakers had what would be called the nightmare season in 12-13. Despite that, they protected staples. Playing in front of the Hollywood Stars has always been an energy boost for the Lakers, and they made the most of it even though they struggled away from home.
Now here's Prince. LeBron gets the screen from Russell. Reddish. That one off the back iron and out.
Well, he's wide open there, but really struggles from that range. Maybe there's a reason he's open.
For the lead, and that is good. He has 6. Clark, as you said, with the Lakers, very good at home last season in what would be one of their very few bright spots on the year. They'd go 29-12 in Staples Center, which Steve put them in the top third of the league for home win.
Well, Kevin, when you come into Staples as a visitor for a Lakers game, well, there really is a kind of a different feel. I mean, if you're the opponent, you look up at all those banners, you look over at all the celebrities on the side, you know, that theater lighting. It's a pretty cool spot, and teams sometimes, I think, can kind of get carried away.
The Lakers trade. Back to LeBron. Rebound, Utah.
Ugly start to this second half, guys. They've missed all 4 of their shot attempts.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. This one for 3. Number 24, guarded by Prince. The rebound by Prince.
They're struggling here. They're just 1 of 5 to start this third quarter. They've got to loosen up here.
Feeds it to Davis. It's tipped, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it. And the Lakers making a change here. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. The Jazz have gone 4 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. They set the screen. And the layup's good off the glass. 7 points in the game.
You know, the defense didn't exactly try to fight around that screen, and that's why it turned into the easy basket.
The feed to Russell from outside the arc. Can't get it to go. So Utah will take it the other way.
Ice cold here to start the third quarter. 0 for 5 now, guys.
Clock at 6. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by LeBron. LeBron's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
They've been able to get out to this lead without really getting a very reliable performance out of him from the field. Well, the number 1 priority for the defense when you face this guy is to keep him getting anywhere from the basket because he's just so strong as a finisher.
I tell you what else I like is his attacking mindset too, Steve. No matter where he is on the court, when he gets possession, he will turn it up and turn it on and run out. Most of the time, he doesn't stop until he's laid the ball in the hoop.
The Jazz making a switch here. Prince is checked in. Lakers shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
Well, for the Lakers last season, it seemed there was so much turmoil throughout the year. Injuries, coaching-wise, changes in the offense. They never were able to really gain any momentum. They made a decent run at the end of the season, but that didn't carry over into the postseason when they were swept by the Lakers in the first round.
Pass to Dunn. Clock at 4. Sense of ball. Drills the three-pointer. And the Jazz lead by 4.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
Pass to Russell. Pulls up. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. Russell's got 6 points. I think going back to D'Antoni and the Lakers, that Howard and Gasol were made more than a little disgruntled with how Clarkson made use or didn't make use of them offensively.
You know, the Lakers brought in D'Antoni to try to emphasize Steve Nash and his role in the offense, but I think they neglected how that would affect the 7-footers. Didn't do a really good job of incorporating those guys, and when you got Kobe getting his shots, that's a tough dynamic to work through. Guys, there were a lot of questions about what went wrong for Utah last year as they saw themselves slip from a middle-of-the-pack playoff team to being on the outside looking in at the playoffs. One reason was their play on the road.
Prince. Back to Russell. Reddish, defended by Dunn. He kicks to Prince. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for two. Prince has got his second bucket of the game to go. As you said with the Jazz last year, getting wins on the road a big problem for them, and they just couldn't keep up in that category. You know, Steve, with other teams vying for a playoff spot.
Yeah, they finished 13 and 28 on the road, and that was what kept them out of the postseason. They just have to improve in that regard this year if they're going to get into the playoffs.
And the Jazz with possession here. After the missed three from Prince. Passes it to Hendricks. Here's Clarkson. No good on the triple.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Reddish, defended by Dunn. Dishes it to Hayes. Prince. Lakers working the ball around now. Kicks to Russell for the lead. Can't hit. From half court. No good. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Jazz.
These long-range shots look like layups out there, guys.
You know, something else I've noticed is just how many of their baskets have been set up by assists throughout the game.
Utah with the ball. Following the three from Russell. Here's Clarkson. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. And the Jazz lead by 2. Here is Russell. Shoots the three. Shot is off.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, a little frustrated now, shaking his head after that miss.
Jacks up a three. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. LeBron's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Uncovered. And there's another one for the Lakers.
What a great battle these teams are waging today.
Yeah, you get the feeling, Steve, the game could swing on just 1 or 2 plays down the stretch.
And the Jazz call time here.
Well, he may just be trying to get a break in the action to clear their heads. You know, a lot of their shots are rimming out. You wonder if their confidence isn't suffering at this point.
I think that's a good time to call a timeout. If a team has a few fall the wrong way for them, just burn a timeout and let them forget about it. Regroup, talk about it, and refocus.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Yeah, during that break, the head coach of the Jazz had some words for his team. He tried to really fire them up to bring it home, saying, all night, you have all night to rest after the final buzzer. For now, we have to lay it on the line and try to bring it home. Guys, back to you.
He's got one of those shooting strokes that never changes, guys. I mean, even if the defender's all over him, he just never seems to flinch. A great quality to have as a shooter.
And something else you notice about him offensively is what a dangerous catch-and-shoot player he is. He's got a quick trigger.
And Utah has possession. After the missed three from Russell, there's the pick. Now the dish to Collins. Fires the three. It's rebounded by Reaves.
Looks like he's just trying to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but I don't know about that shot attempt.
LeBron gets the screen from Wood. Reaves the pass to Prince. Russell takes a three. Again, Russell missing.
I wonder if switching baskets really threw him off. I mean, because he can't get anything to fall this half.
Here's Clarkson. Another miss by Utah.
Misfires again, and the ball just refuses to cooperate with it. It's a tough day so far.
Russell dishes to LeBron. There's the pass to Reaves. Back to LeBron. He feeds it to Russell. Again, Russell missing.
Man, I'll tell you what, this has been one ugly quarter for him.
And it keeps getting uglier. I mean, his touch has basically gone AWOL.
And Utah making a change here. Here's LeBron. Outside Russell. Back to LeBron. Pass to Reaves. He dishes it to LeBron. Feeds it to Prince. To take the lead. Can't get it to go. Utah leading. A minute 42 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Sexton. Offensive rebound. Number 24. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And the Lakers call time here. They're behind by 3. There's a minute 34 left to play in the final quarter. There's a minute 34 left to play here in the fourth. Prince kicks to LeBron. Reaves the pass to Russell. To tie it up. The rebound by the Jazz.
And he's having all sorts of problems with his shot.
I'm not sure he even has a shot right now, Steve, to be quite honest. Not a reliable one anyway.
And Utah has possession. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. 6 to shoot. The feed now to Collin. Puts it up. And it's Russell with the rebound. Lakers have gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. Brown right side. Here's the floater. No good on the layup.
Boy, he blew the easy 2 by profile. Trying to look good. That's a bad decision and poor execution.
Pulls up on the elbow. Buries it.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge. Always.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're trailing by 5. 26 seconds left in the game. .26 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Prince. Here's Davis. Rejected by Collins, but they'll get another chance. And the Lakers with another miss. Clarkson defended by Reaves, and so they foul intentionally. Gets the first, and that increases their lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game. And here comes LeBron. Pass to Prince. Tries to snap the cold streak. It's money from deep. Insult Utah's down with the win. And Clark, you know, it was quite a nail-biter.
That was tight. Their guys were able to come up with big plays down the stretch, and that's the difference.
And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan saying so long and thanks for joining us as we leave you with the Jordan Player of the Game.